Hello, my wonderful elevated souls, and welcome to my channel. My name is Talea at Hidden Oracle 1811. These oracle readings are not only for you, but for me as well, because oracle and tarot readings are meant to be self-reflective initially, and whomever it doesn't resonate with, you may just be going along for the ride. Welcome. This spread is always meant for current energies, not past or future, unless the spirit unfolds it that way. I hope everyone's having a good Monday. It's March the 2nd, 2026, and my pre-shuffle spread is from many decks, and as I was pulling the cards, I noticed that, well, even it was really within the spirit that I felt that this was not anything with, I mean, it could be. It wasn't anything that I felt in my spirit that was a love relationship, but more of a work relationship. It was more of like a co-worker vibe. I feel like somebody was not being truthful, spreading gossip and lies, and about you. I mean, I feel like they had been, just being, a dirty bird. That's what I call people who just ain't right. You know what I'm saying? They're just not right in their spirit. They need healing to do. They're low vibrational, and they have a lot of work to do. You, on the other hand, elevated soul, are doing your work. You're elevating, and and they see that, you're glowing. They might misinterpret your confidence as being arrogant, but your work ethic is great. They see you as competition, and that's kind of like the reason what got this person to be this way towards you. But the thing of it is, they're doing this behind your back, but they're smiling in your face. But I think that you're figuring out this person, because the first card out, we have the owl spirit, and it says you see clearly now. So to me, the owl represents wisdom. They're very insightful. They can see even in the darkness. So you could see through this person's facade as you're staring at them intently, and they're just not even aware that you're aware of them. The next card out is Wasp Spirit. Sometimes life stings. This probably was a little hurtful because you just never saw this one coming. You probably thought this person would never do you like that. But they had a hidden agenda, and it stings them. It stings them, the fact that they don't like that you're doing better than them with their work. And they know it. And you're not even trying to, outdo them. You're in a secret competition you're not aware of. That happens a lot. I've dealt with that myself. Next one out is Lion Spirit. Be generous of spirit, which I believe that you are. But even with the lion staring, you're just looking at this person like, I can't believe this person has done something like this. But yeah, even the closest ones, that's why I say keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Well, you thought the friend was close, but now you know that the enemy, the mask fell off. They're now an enemy. I hate to be like that, but that's just how it is at times. And God guides us into, you know, understanding of why you have to move away from people now, because now I believe and I feel in my spirit that you're starting your journey, and some people just have to be moved out the way. Now it's time to start setting boundaries, and you're intentionally doing that. You have the stag spirit, take the lead. The lion is already a leader, you know. So it's saying to take the lead, stag spirit. So you're in a leader. Maybe you got a promotion, and that made this person be a wasp. You know, dragonfly spirit. Truth transcends illusion. Illusion. So yeah, you know the truth, and it does transcend illusion. You know that this person can't keep this mask going for too long. You have to call a spade a spade. No more fakeness and stuff like that. Now you see them for who they are. The next one out, Beaver Spirit. Lay a solid foundation. Yeah, I think that this is your foundation. This job that you're at, or this work. You might also be starting your own business. That could be laying a foundation. You could be leveling up at your job, or starting a new maybe you left and they got jealous of that, because you like, I got a new job, I really like it, and they're just like, oh, because they're still stuck at that job. Whatever the case is, you're elevating and they just don't like it. Turtle spirit, slow and steady wins the race, as it does. You're a very patient person, so you know that you will get there eventually, and you'll be successful. You're not rushing anything. You're confident to know that I don't have to rush things to do great things. You got the seahorse spirit, watch and wait. Yep, that's what you're doing. You're waiting. You're a smart cookie, because being patient and being observant gets you very far. It's a humbling spirit about yourself too, and you're very confident, and people don't like that, because most people are always trying to people please, or look at me type of personality, and after a while that just doesn't stand in the end. You got Bobcat spirit, life is a mystery. We already know how cats are. We got 2 cats here, and life is a mystery. Their eyes look like a mystery. You are a mystery, because people don't see you coming. They don't see what's next, but you do, because you watch and you wait and you observe. You got starfish spirit, open to the infinite possibilities. Yeah, because now, whatever you're doing, you're successful at, and you know that you can go far with whatever you're doing, and you're open to it. So that's a good energy to be in, because whenever you're open to receive, that's when the abundance comes in. The next card I got out is her name's Regina, and we also see that Regina has a snake. We know that snakes are very wise, and they're very advanced creatures. It says she who instigates, leadership, provocation, and power. You're in your power. But when I looked at this instigation, I was thinking, oh, is she instigating? Because this read was already looking like more of mostly the energy of you, this elevated person. And then I was like, this person was also an instigator. She liked to stir up, or he liked to stir up some stuff. You know, try to get people against. That was a dirty bird. You thought this person was a good person, but they really wasn't. I'm gonna read Regina's card. It says, Regina, she who instigates, wants someone to run so she can give chase. Horns sprout from her brow, showing her will. She confronts any and all who stand in her way. Her serpent companion coils gently around her neck, ready for the hunt. Here is a woman who has been called a non-cooperator, an agent provocateur, and a rabble rouser. Her go-to methods are instigation and button pushing. I think that you are pushing people's buttons by being yourself. Her go-to methods are button pushing and instigation. Where some see a troublemaker, others see a necessary firebrand. Even the flowers in her hair are flaming orange, yellow, and red. Regina is the one who will spark others to act. This card urges you to step up to the challenge. Put yourself in the role of the leader instead of the follower. Time to lead. Time to take the lead, which you are. Radical ideas need a ringleader. This is your chance to pick up the microphone and galvanize people into making a difference in their world. Be aware of your personal power right now. You have the gift of inciting others to step up or step out of their own complacent lives. Are you ready to be that person? And that's another thing. You might be the person that gets someone to finally do what they need to do by following your lead. You're leading people to do things that they didn't have the courage to do. You know, like if you left a job and you all didn't like this job, you had other people say, I'm leaving too, you know. And that's being a leader. And you didn't even realize you were leading in that way, but you did. You're helping somebody else step out of their step out of their comfort zone and take the chance and do stuff, which is a great quality about yourself. And then you have wolf. The wolf is instinct. So you follow your instincts because you're being observant and you're being patient with things and you're taking things slow and you're not telling people what you're doing. Because cats are stealthy. They're like, you don't know what cats are up to. You know what I'm saying? And they move calculously. You got mystical journey. I am on a mystical journey, and each step brings me closer to my true self. Yeah, you're in your own power. And you're stepping out. You probably quit that toxic job, start a new job, start your own business, stuff like that, where you're in a leadership position because, or you asked for a raise or somebody gave you a raise because they felt like you had the potential. Everything's successful, in your everything's successful on your journey. Don't let guilt get in the way of your happiness. So if you're feeling guilty because you left this person behind, please don't, because you gotta lead your own way in life. You can't wait for others. Either, you can be the one to lead and not be ashamed or fearful or guilty that you had to move forward. No, this is your journey. It's time for you to take the lead and do what you need to do. Dreamtime River. I embark on the river of my subconscious, trusting its flow to guide me to hidden treasures. Yeah, so once again, we're talking about hidden, like a mystery, because you don't know what the next thing is. We don't know what the future holds, but we're willing and open to go in our own on that journey. The next card out is a personal issue reaches resolution, full moon in Cancer. Yeah, you decided this issue, well, it is a personal issue, but you decided to reach the resolution by going on and doing your own thing. And as you're doing that, Spirit wants you to clear your energy field. Like take salt baths, which I need to be doing too. Clearing your energy field, cutting toxic people out of your life, setting boundaries. You have to clear your energy, just like you have to cleanse. Like they say, you have to cleanse your body. You have to cleanse your energy. It's the same type of thing. I just never realized that, like, your energy is very, very important, just like your skin and your health. So when I shuffled, this card fell out. It says, "For this you were born." This is your path to be a leader. It says, "Foster your intention for incarnating in this dimension." This is what you're supposed to do. Lead. Whatever lead means to you, you know the storyline. But then under the deck, it says the call. I just pulled that out, but this flew out. So it says, "Honor the whisper of your soul." So this is the call. You are in a position now as a leader, and we don't know where this is going, but follow this breadcrumbs of bliss, because you're on the right path. Heed your pleasure principle. So this is gonna be a blissful walk for you. You left all that and you're heading on to your North Star. Because where you're heading is not comfortable, because you mastered where you were at to get to where you are now. So you took that step, even though you were probably scared to do it, but you did it. And now you're positioned, heading, towards success. When I trust that goodness awaits me, I am free to release my fears. Yeah, you release your fears because you now know that goodness awaits you. And your number, your numerology card, is 666. Balance and harmony. You're balanced. It says, "Seek balance and harmony in all aspects of your life. It will lead to peace and success." So now you're dealing with being on a path of peace and success, because you don't have none of that toxic waste in your way, or until you release all that and you're clearing your energy field, so you can start new and fresh and move forward and do your thing. I think this was a great read, you all. I hope you all resonated with this. And I hope that you all are having a great, great day. And tomorrow is the eclipse. I think the Virgo eclipse. And we'll see what that brings us. But yeah, just release these people. Release negativity, like negative thoughts. I'm happy for you that you took that step, or you're about to take that step, because I'm looking at this as a current energy, not past or future. This is happening now, and it could be future, it could be on its way. It's what you know of it to be. And that's all I have from the Divine Council this evening. I hope that you all enjoyed the message and tuned in. And I want to thank my subscribers, likes, comments, shares. And as always, have a harmonious and blissful day. Bye.